All right, y'all, we're back, man. One of my big takeaways from listening to this bootleg and a lot of the Led Zeppelin concerts and things of that sort is that they don't have any songs in their playlist that they don't like to perform. With the exception of Living Loving Maid. I know that Jimmy Page especially doesn't like that song, and I just recently learned that the rest of the band don't really think that that song is all that. But it seems to me that there really is no bad Led Zeppelin song. Even by my opinion, the Crunch being kind of like their worst is still really, really good performed live. All right, I don't like the Crunch studio version, but I really like the Crunch live version. And in this case, I'm thinking of Dancing Days, for example. I've never heard that performed. I don't believe that I've heard that performed in any of the live stuff that I've listened to until now. So even their, second best songs, abstract songs that are just not mainstream or whatever the case may be, they also can be performed live. So Led Zeppelin, I don't think that they have an attitude of this is our very best and then this is our very worst and we'll never perform it or anything like that. I think that anything from their playlist is fair game, with the exception of, like I said, Living Loving Maid. And who knows, maybe that would be killer if performed live, but I don't think it's ever been performed live. That's one of those things that I was thinking about as I was listening to this, man. This is really, really excellent. The quality, again, was fantastic. And given the time that they were doing this in 77, and supposedly they weren't at their very best and they were starting to decline or whatever it is, no, man, these guys were on their shit. And you put them to perform live. Yes, of course, sometimes it's great, sometimes it's not so great. But even at their worst, they're still Led Zeppelin, and they're still definitely on top of it all, man. They're still definitely the kings. All right. Or the goats, as many of you say. So, you know what I'm going to do here? This particular bootleg does not have any Wikipedia or any kind of a write-up or anything like that. Joe's already warned me of that, and it's obvious that a lot of these bootlegs would not have any kind of write-ups. So what I'm going to do, man, is let's just check out Led Zeppelin rarities and see what the fan base has to say. The Led Zeppelin fan is just as interesting as the band, I found. So let's read some of these, man, and let's make that our review of sorts. So Keith Hyde says, I've been collecting Led Zeppelin bootlegs for over 35 years. This one is a keeper, one of the best of 1977! Exclamation point. There are replies to it, 10 replies, but I'm not going to read those. I'll just read the next one. Donald Gerbino says, a real band, no sequencers or fake background vocals, minimal effects and pure musicianship, no fake crap like today's lip syncers. Yo, I hear you 100%. 100%. And that takes me back to, oh my God, I'm drunk. The sugarcane rum has got me. The Battle of Evermore. And yeah, man, props to these guys for even attempting to touch that shit without the presence of Sandy Denny. Shout out to you, Sandy. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, like Donald says, these guys are the real deal. They don't do a lot of fake anything. And, you know, I give them props for even attempting to mess with that song without Sandy, for sure. Speaking of the Battle of Evermore, the girls from Heart, Ann and Nancy Wilson, they do a fantastic live rendition of that. It's just the two of them and their two guitars, and they just mash it up, man. If I can find it, I'll put it in the link below. You'll really, really dig that. Sean Strider says, Unless Jimmy Page has multi-tracks stashed somewhere, and we know he doesn't, this is the best these 77 Landover concerts will ever sound. What a laborious and painstaking project this must have been. Hats off to you, Led Zeppelin rarities, and your Dogs of Doom buddies. Dogs of Doom or Howlin' More. Yeah, fantastic. Absolutely. I mean, just sitting here and listening to it from beginning to end is a challenge. It's a challenge of love, let me tell you, and so that's why I said at the very, very beginning, and some people I know that your noses are going to be out of joint with me saying it, but I'm going to say it once again. If you are still with me till now, you are not a fly-by-night, you are not a ship passing by, you are the real deal Led Zeppelin fan. I'm going to say it once again. If you are still here with me now, after all of this, you are a real Led Zeppelin fan. You are not frivolous, you are not just surface level, you are the real shit. Hit me up in the comment section and tell me who you are. Hashtag, I am the real shit. Only you and me will know what that means. Hashtag, I am the real shit. Right? Absolutely. So, man, Sean Leonard says, simply put, they are the greatest of all time. Marissa de Innocentis says, the most beautiful voice on the planet. I think she means Robert. and then Persephone Serenity says, yes, and the band's not bad either. Sarah says, no, they are properly good. Properly good, I like that. Do you ever hear, the Brits have a way of speaking sometimes, and this is what she's doing. I remember once watching, I can't remember, I believe it was The Trials of Sherlock Holmes or The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, and his cab driver was saying, yeah, man, you are a remarkable person. You are a proper genius, and they speak that way. I like that. The sound quality is unreal. Thank you, times 100. And I'm not even going to pronounce this dude's name, man. Bolakwa da boy. Something like that. Bonomology. I like that. Bonomology says, this is really outstanding work. I may do a full play along at some point to this on my channel. Okay. Bonomology has a channel. Go check him out, guys. BONHAMOLOGY. Bonomology. Let me go there right now real quick and see what the dude's all about. Sorry, I'm assuming it's a dude. Okay. Yeah, and he's got 10,000 subscribers, 10.k, and it looks like it's all about John Bonham. And it seems to me that he is a drummer. And you already know his story. He was inspired by John Bonham. And, oh man, yeah, he's just into everything Bonham here. Everything Led Zeppelin, everything Bonham. And he's got quite a number of videos here. And they're not too long. Median timing, about 10 minutes. And he's got some excellent playlists. Royal Albert Hall 1970 covers. This dude is the serious shit. He's the real shit. Check him out. Bonomology. Okay, man. You see what you encounter when you just check out the comments? And then there's a reply to Bonomology. Good Lord, that was incredible. That's Connor Leach says. And let's read it just a few more and then I'll quit. Simon Sawsey says, that bass is sick. Go Jonesy. Absolutely. They're silent assassin. And Larry Toon says, exactly, man. He's awesome. Beth Walker says, yes, Jonesy. Best damn bass everything player in history. / everything. Larry Toon says, Beth knows music. And Tirehead72 says, always loved John Paul Jones, but I could never get into his later tone. The playing is always great, just that metallic, twangy tone on that 1977 tour. I wasn't listening closely enough. I'll check this out again, Tirehead72. I'll check it out again. But WJ Handy replied to Tirehead72. He says, he is playing role of bass player and rhythm guitars. Board tapes don't capture the low end realized at the venue. Board tapes. Okay. So WJ Handy is saying it's a bit of the recording process. That could be. I'll look into that. I'll listen again. Flying Pig Music says, that bass is hella clear in the mix. Love it. And 12 thumbs up. And Carl Scarlett says, yes, but I wish it was his Fender. Never dug the alembic sound. Way too twangy. Okay, that's two people that said it's too twangy. But it's great to have John Paul Jones audible in the mix to hear his amazing playing. Yes, the bass was very, very clear. I'll remember that. I'll listen for the twang. I didn't catch it the first time. Last one. Christian Matthews says, wow, I'm listening on headphones and the sound quality is truly amazing. What a great job you've done. Right on. And lots of thumbs up. 17 there. All right, man. Fantastic. So, this was an excellent bootleg. And again, good job on you, man. Led Zeppelin Rarities. I have no idea what it would take for you to produce this kind of quality from beginning to end. But all I'm just going to say is thanks very much. And thank you as well to Joe Shield for this recommendation and providing the link. Really, really excellent way for me to spend a lazy Sunday afternoon with my sugarcane rum, Led Zeppelin, and you. So remember, hashtag I am the real shit. This is for the real Led Zeppelin fans that's still with me. All right, y'all. So I'm going to, people are going to kick my ass for this, right? I'm going to take a hellacious amount of tongue lashing for this, but it's okay. When I'm drinking my sugarcane rum, I don't give a damn. And I have no fear. Look with courage as it goes. So this is what I'm going to do, y'all. I'm just checking my notes here. So what I got coming up where Led Zeppelin is concerned, I've got the full albums that I'm still doing. So Led Zeppelin 4 is next. And still a couple of bootlegs to come as well. And solo stuff I got to look into. Some interviews and some documentaries. So the documentaries, not Led Zeppelin per se, but stuff like the Whiskey a Go-Go. I know there's a Ginger Baker one. Is it 20 Feet from Stardom? And there's a couple of others. So I'm really starting to focus in on the documentary elements, and there's a great amount of learning through doing reactions, quads, full album reactions, and then doing the reads. But then there's also other areas that you can look at. And so I've really been enjoying the documentaries and interviews as of late. So that's where I'm going to be focused on where it comes to going ahead with Led Zeppelin. Still doing the odd stuff here and there, but I like some of the stuff on the outside of it. Just the other day, Yoyoka Soma, she is, she's 11 now. I think she started at maybe 7 or 8 years old, and she is a fantastic drummer, and she does really, really excellent covers of, what I saw that she did was classic rock. She might probably overlap into other areas. And someone sent me a link, and it took me to her, I believe it was 2 appearances on the Ellen show. And so she is a really, really very keen drummer. And her favorite drummer is John Bonham. But she has a whole host of other favorites too. And there's a great spot. In fact, out of the performances that I saw her do, my favorite is YYZ. She was just jamming and having a good time, dancing in between, waiting for her turn, and then getting back into it. So it's stuff like that that isn't so much mainstream reactions that I also don't mind doing. So to answer your questions, because I get messages often, and sometimes, I'll be honest with you, they get a little annoying because I'm repeating myself all the time with some of these people asking me questions. Wayne, would you prefer this? Would you prefer this? Would you prefer this? Yo, enough of that shit. Stop asking me those questions. Just send me what it is that you want me to react to. If for some reason I don't want to react to it, then I'll message you back and say, no, I don't want to react to this. But consider it a yes, okay? Don't look to me to help you to prioritize what it is that you want to send to me. Use your judgment and say, hey, I want to see his reaction to this, whether it's an interview, whether it's a documentary, whether it's a reaction. And if you pride yourself in having good taste, don't worry about it. Don't ask me questions like that, because too many of you are asking me, what about this? What do you think of this? What do you think of this? And it takes up so much of my time, guys. It's about time for me. And I'm speaking specifically to a couple of subscribers, regular subscribers, and especially a couple of patrons. You guys know me by now. Don't ask me all of those questions and take up so much of my time, because I got to stop, think about it, message you back, then you message me back, then I message you back. Come on, man. So, patrons especially who've been with me for a long time, just send the shit, right? You know that I'm going to do a reaction if it's in good taste. Like, look at John the other day. Yoyoko is outside of the norm of my reactions, but I'm not limited to just reactions, right? So he thought about it for a while and then he sent it to me. He didn't ask or anything like that. He knew that I would have enough good taste and judgment to say, yeah, this is worthy of a reaction. Or I might have said, no, John, I'm not going to react to this. It's a little bit outside of my parameters and here's where I want to stay. Easy enough, done. All right, the next time I'm going to send you something that I know that you will react to. It's that simple. Patrons especially, stop sending me all of these messages, asking me all of these questions. I just don't have enough time to do that. So use your judgment. If it has something to do with rock and roll, if it has something to do with the greatness of the artist, it can teach me something, and it would be of great benefit not only to me, but also to other people. Use your judgment, send it to me. More than likely, I will do a reaction. All right? Stop sending me all of these messages and inquiries. Will you do this? Will you do this? Will you do? Yes, more than likely, yes. Save us both a lot of time, okay? Some of you, you know who I'm talking to. Don't be messaging saying, were you talking to me? Yes, I was talking to you, okay? I'm going off right now because I've been wasting a lot of time trying to get reactions loaded because of all of the questions. What's with all the questions? Just send me your reaction. Whatever it is that you want me to react to, whether it's a bootleg, whether it's a quad, documentary, interview, I will do all of that shit. As long as it's something that everyone will benefit from, I'm game. Okay? Don't ask me any more questions going forward. Just send the shit. So, what else do I have to say? Where Led Zeppelin is concerned, it's all good, like I said. I'm open. Where documentaries are concerned, where stuff can teach me something and I can have an appreciation for it, or just for amusement and enjoyment, like the Yoyoko quad that John sent, I'm open for everything. It has to do with music, I'm down, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to limit myself in that way. All right, y'all. That is my reaction to this excellent bootleg. And Joe, thank you very much. Big thumbs up to Led Zeppelin Rarities, man. And Bonomology, I'm definitely going to go check out your content and subscribe. Anyways, guys, thank you. Hope you enjoyed this. Remember, hashtag I'm the real shit. Let me know who you are, the true Led Zeppelin fan. Take care. Peace out.